The Selesnyan philosophy is one rooted in the cultivated merger of nature and civilization, a growth of ideals and concepts based in a common ground between its two colors, white and green, colors who hold similar yet unique perspectives. This new philosophy, born from their pairing, is one with its sights on a better world for all through unification and harmony, an admirable quality that sets them apart from other pairs. And in learning about the Selesnyan way of thinking, there's the distinct chance you may learn more about not just the characters in Magic the Gathering, but yourself and your view of the world around you as well. I'm excited to go down this road with you, but before we do, I would just like to extend a special thank you to my patrons. With that, let us get our hands dirty by starting with the core of white and green's shared ideals. Like any form of growth, you must always start with the seed, and the seed for the philosophy of white-green is one based in the core beliefs of selflessness and acceptance. For without these fundamental traits, not even the simplest flower may bloom, nor can a forest grow to envelop the world. To start, you must look inward into yourself and how you view others, as without a desire for interconnection, we cannot make this future a reality. So what then does it mean in the mind of Selesnya to be selfless and accepting? As a pair built upon the aversion to the traits of their combined enemy Black, Selesnya is the pair most concerned with its place among a whole, rather than the selfish desires that lead one to see those around them as nothing more than opposition. Black will tell you there is strength in independence, but the truth is that it takes strength to care for others as you care for yourself. All too often we divide ourselves into the smallest groups possible, aiming to create collections of sameness. But to white-green, there is no difference so great that one should not be accepted. To achieve this mindset of selfless acceptance, one must consciously distance themselves from their ego-driven perceptions of others. This path calls for a shift in perspective, a departure from the relentless pursuit of personal gain and validation. Instead, it invites us to embrace a more expansive and compassionate outlook on life. The white-green way urges us to let go of the need to constantly assert our individuality and desires above all else. In this pursuit, each person begins to recognize the interconnectedness of all beings and the world around them. They start to appreciate that their happiness is intrinsically linked to the well-being of others and the harmony of the broader community. This shift from a self-based outlook to one that is broader is at the core of selfless acceptance. It's acknowledging that true fulfillment often arises from contributing to the greater good. To cultivate this mindset, individuals may explore various practices, such as mindfulness, meditation, and philosophical reflection. These tools can help them gradually detach from the self-centered patterns of thought and behavior, ones that hinder selfless acceptance, paving the way for a more harmonious and interconnected existence. If selfless acceptance is the seed, then unity and harmony is the flower that blooms from the dirt. For selflessness forms bonds of unity, and acceptance breeds harmony. It is the act of standing shoulder to shoulder with those you have formed bonds with to create a cohesive unit. As alone, we're like fragile leaves, easily carried away by the winds of life's challenges and uncertainties. But together, we are like a sturdy tree, deeply rooted in the collective strength of our shared humanity. This is where the true beauty of unity and harmony thrives. Such a way of life is the product of each color coming together, taking examples from humanity's best traits and that of nature. For its part, white forges unity, an ideal based on its belief that a strong society is one where each piece works for the greater whole. On the other hand, green cultivates harmony as a result of its holistic take on the universe, a place where everything is and acts as it should. This intertwining of ideals indelibly results in a dance of equity, as each person's strengths shores up the weaknesses of others, nurtured by the delicate balance found in nature's examples. It's the act of counterbalancing one another, of each person falling neatly into place, and thus a stronger unit is formed, all of which contrasts perfectly against Black, who sees no weakness in themselves, nor has the desire to shore up the shortcomings of others. This is not the way in which a white-green aligned person will behave, for when they are pulled up by one hand, they will extend their own. It is living in unison with all things, in the provisioning of a bounty shared. Across every plane of the multiverse, there is enough for all of us, so why not look to your neighbor as a friend? For then we could feasibly lead lives without strife. If selfless acceptance is the seed, and united harmony the flowers which make up the garden, then law and tradition is the guidebook for maintaining and cultivating that very garden. It's what solidifies our bonds, prevents any one flower from sapping the strength from the others, and forges a united barrier made up of common ideals. It codifies our common goals and imprints a shared history. With so much diversity making up a white-green society, there must be methods for keeping it all together. Some share duty to one another. This comes in two forms, that of law and tradition, for it is imperative to establish methods for harmonious coexistence and shared responsibilities. The need for laws is produced from the white side of this pair. It is the code of conduct that is agreed upon, which maintains order, even as a society continues to evolve and expand. On the other hand, traditions emanate from the green side of this pair, serving as the nutritious roots of unity. These traditions bind the community through a shared history that unfolds through the passage of customs and beliefs. In a society teeming with diversity, these traditions act as the glue that bind us together, crafting a profound sense of togetherness through collective actions. These two concepts function in concert, as together they cultivate a shared identity while simultaneously allowing for the purification of the community by expelling those who do not align with the collective vision. For no punishment is worse than to be removed from such a society as this. The nature of these laws and traditions can be as diverse as the myriad of civilizations within the multiverse. They must reflect the unique qualities of each world, its people, climate, and core values, woven together in a way that resonates with every member within the Selesnyan society. Just as laws and traditions are a form of unification under a set of actions and requirements, piety and spirituality forms connections through a shared belief system. This way of viewing the world and one's place within it is usually present in one form or another, but can be as abstract or as literal as it needs to be for any given group. It could take the form of a rigid religious doctrine, an agnostic understanding of a higher power, a spiritual guiding light, or a cultivation of oneness with the universe. To define one single classification would be foolish, as any given civilization may incorporate what holds the most relevance to a given plane or people. Such a natural disposition for religion or spirituality is an inevitable outcome of the colors who comprise this pair, and further enhances a sense of unification based on the beliefs of some greater power outside of one's own self. White is no stranger to religion or forms of piety, for in a multiverse which does contain gods, angels, and beings of immense power, such beliefs have concrete standing. Broken down further, this piety stems from White's need to look upon higher beings for moral guidance, whether that be kings, gods, or angels. It naturally believes that there are those who exemplify their values and are a beacon of virtue, leading to religions that form doctrines from their examples. Green, on the other hand, is a color who sees that the universe is an entity within itself, and green is merely a part of the whims of that vast universe. Whether this is the literal mass that makes up all things, or the complex energies and unimaginable forces surrounding us, guiding us. Green will often tap into this greater force through spiritualism and ritual, hoping to glimpse the truth that holds everything together. When these colors are combined, religions are formed that balance both sides of the aisle, guiding individuals on a path to mindfulness and meditation, which cultivates a mindset that values the well-being of all, promoting harmony and balance in the universe. Examples that come to mind are those of paganism or Buddhism, though these are but simple parallels only drawn to showcase potential inspirations. A white-green belief system, when broken down to its simplest terms, is that feeling you get when you look up to the sky and feel as if you are but a small piece of something far greater. In the vibrant gardens of white-green philosophy, selfless acceptance serves as the nurturing seed, while unity and harmony bloom as its resplendent flowers. This philosophy, deeply rooted in the rejection of Black self-serving individualism, calls for a shift in perspective, encouraging individuals to transcend the ego and embrace the interconnectedness of all beings. Law and tradition act as the guidebook for maintaining this thriving garden of unity. Laws uphold order and expectations within the community, while traditions weave a shared history through collective actions. Piety and spirituality arise from the inherent qualities of white and green, and foster a sense of connection through shared belief systems, whether in the form of rigid religious doctrine or a deep spiritual connection with the universe. In essence, the philosophy of white-green embodies an understanding that we are all interconnected threads in the tapestry of existence. It encourages individuals to tap into these forces, cultivating a sense of oneness and openness with one another. Through selfless acceptance, unity, and the guiding principles of law, tradition, piety, and spirituality, the end goal is prosperity for all. Well, we did it. That is the philosophy of every color pair in Magic the Gathering. That was a large undertaking and only took me about a year. Probably would have been faster if I hurried myself up, but hey. In all seriousness though, thank you for supporting this endeavor. If you want to learn more about either of the colors featured in this video, then check out one of these videos here. And with that, friends, I will catch you in the multiverse. Bye.